Here I am going to roll out a slab. Slabs are basic building blocks, and you can use many of them to make all sorts of interesting and complex shapes. I'm just going to roll out a flat one here so that you can see the process. First I used my hands to smooth the clay out, and now I'm pressing it down. Some people call this the CPR maneuver. I'm just using both hands to sort of evenly flatten it like a pancake, maybe about as thick as my thumb, so that I have something to work from that isn't just a big ball in the middle of the table. Now these are measuring sticks. They're not like rulers for multiple measurements. What they do is they limit how far down my roller can go. So if I put them under the edge of the roller, I can get a slab that's 1/8 of an inch thick, because the roller can't go any lower than their thickness. Now I'm starting my slab from the center. I roll up, I roll down. The slab always gets longer in the direction that I roll it. I now peel the slab up, and I'm going to turn it at a different angle. Since it gets longer in the direction that I roll it, and I want a bit of a wider slab than this, I can control that by rolling in a different direction. I'm limited here by the size of my board. I can't roll this slab on the lab table. It will stick because of all the pressure that I'm putting down on it. But I can trim off the slab, and I can get it a little bit squarer as I go. So here I'm rolling it in a different direction to get it a little bit wider, and I trimmed a little bit off the edge so that I could still use the measuring sticks. Now I'm going to change its angle again. Keep peeling slabs up and putting them down. I need to keep peeling my slab up and changing its direction. If I don't, too much moisture will go from the clay into the surface below, and when it's too wet with all of this pressure, it will stick. And if it sticks too much, I can't peel the slab up. I have to start over. But if it does get too wet, I can just grab another board and keep going. Now that I've rolled this slab out, I'm going to start cutting some shapes. Here I'm going to use a can as a template. I mark the clay, and I'm going to grab a clay knife. I'm going to use this circle as the bottom of a cylinder that I'm going to show you how to put together very easily. Quite often on a project I will use multiple slabs. Just for showing you how to do this, I'm going to take everything out of one slab here and make something pretty small. This base is round, and if I wish to make a cylinder with only one slab going all the way around, I would need to have a slab as long as pi times the diameter of this base. Since the base slab is less than 3 inches across, I can probably get that out of this slab right here. For larger projects, I might need to use multiple slabs to go all the way around something like this. You might also notice that I'm using the measuring sticks as a straight edge. You probably want something straight to cut against so that you get a nice clean edge on your slab. Now that I've cut this long slab, I'm going to check its size against the base. Looks like it'll go all the way around, a little bit to spare. I'm going to trim it off, neat on the end, but I'm going to have to fix that a little bit later. I'll do that when I get everything put together. First thing I do is I score around the outside of the base, and I'm going to score along the bottom edge of the outside of the cylinder slab. I'm going to double score it here, making sure that I get nice and deep. Always score as much as you can, and then get the slip into the scoring. It's not just enough to put a little bit of water on there. You need to get the gooey slip inside. Then I'm going to roll the slab around the base, and see, I've got extra over there on the edge. I was pretty sure of that. It stretches the clay a little bit to do this. So there, I'm going to chop it off, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to score and slip along the inside edges as well, getting more slip inside there, and I want the slip to gush out the edge when I push it together. I'm going to finish up now using a rib to sort of smooth it out, and there we have a simple cylinder. You can cut slabs into different shapes, and those shapes will have a little bit of depth or form. Usually 1/8 of an inch is good, but if you're building something pretty large, you might want to put 2 sticks on top of each other and give it an entire 1/4 of an inch thickness. You also might not use measuring sticks at all in some cases. While slabs are usually used structurally, they can also be used decoratively, and there's no reason that you can't use them for both at any given time. Slabs are also an easy surface on which to put a texture. It's in your court now. How will you use slabs in your ceramic artwork?